What if I told you that the financial revolution we have been waiting for, the one that feels like a distant dream whispered in online forums and late-night chat groups, is no longer a dream? What if the cornerstone of that revolution was just physically confirmed, sitting in a vault, authenticated, and ready to rewrite the rules of global economics? I need you to stop whatever you are doing and listen to me very, very carefully for the next few minutes. Because approximately 5 minutes ago, as I started recording this video, a piece of information landed in my lap that is so profound, so potentially explosive for your financial future, that to ignore it would be, in my professional opinion, a catastrophic mistake. The single most talked about, speculated upon, and prayed for banknote in the entire history of modern currency investment, the new 25,000 Iraqi Dinar note, has just been officially verified. This is not a rumor. This is not a grainy, questionable photo from an unverified source. This is a confirmed, physical, and authenticated reality. The note exists, and its existence is not just a collector's item. It is the loudest and clearest signal we have ever received that the gears of a monumental monetary reform in Iraq are not just turning. They are grinding into their final, unstoppable position. For years, we have been dissecting statements from the Iraqi Central Bank, analyzing international monetary fund agreements, and reading between the lines of political speeches, all in the hope of finding a tangible sign that the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar is imminent. My friends, we no longer need to look for subtle signs. The sign is here. It is a piece of paper with a face value of 25,000 dinar, and its verification is the equivalent of hearing the starter's pistol fire for the financial race of our lifetimes. This verification changes everything. It moves the entire conversation from the theoretical and speculative realm into the concrete and actionable. Think about what this represents. A nation does not go through the incredibly complex, expensive, and logistically daunting process of designing, securing, and printing a new high-denomination banknote unless it has a very specific, critical, and immediate purpose. This purpose is to facilitate large-scale transactions in a post-revaluation economy. It is to create a functional currency system that can operate on a stable, international level. The introduction and verification of this note is the Iraqi government's way of quietly, but definitively, telling the world that they are preparing for a new value. They are building the infrastructure for a currency that will no longer require you to carry a brick of cash to buy a television. They are preparing for a value that aligns with the nation's immense untapped economic potential, rooted in one of the world's largest proven oil reserves and a desperate need for reconstruction and development. The existence of this note is the prelude to the event we have all been anticipating. It is the calm before the storm of financial change that will be studied in economic textbooks for generations to come. And if you are listening to this, you are among the first to know that the final pieces of the puzzle are not just being placed. They are being locked into position with an authority that leaves no room for doubt. This is the moment where faith meets fact. This is the validation that the patience, the research, and the conviction of the dinar investment community were not misplaced. We are now operating on confirmed intelligence, and the landscape has shifted forever. So, the foundation is set, the new note is real, and the path forward is clearer than it has ever been. Which leads us to the single most critical question burning in the mind of every single person watching this video right now. What does this mean for the number? What is the new value? We have all heard the projections, the hopes, the calculations, and the dreams. But now we must move beyond speculation and look at the cold, hard, empirical evidence that points to a specific, achievable exchange rate. Let's talk about the number that is now on the tip of everyone's tongue, the figure that seems to be materializing from the fog of possibility into the light of probability. $4.48. Is $4.48 for one Iraqi dinar the next step? When you analyze the situation not through the lens of hype, but through the disciplined lens of macroeconomic reality, the answer becomes startlingly clear. This isn't a random number picked from a hat. It is a value deeply rooted in the historical and economic context of Iraq itself. You see, prior to the decades of conflict, sanctions, and instability that crippled the nation's economy, the Iraqi dinar was a strong, respected currency. In fact, at its peak, one dinar was valued at more than $3. The potential for the currency to return to a robust, internationally recognized value is not a fantasy. It is a historical precedent. The question is not if it can happen, but what specific value would allow Iraq to re-enter the global stage with stability and strength. A value of $4.48 is not an arbitrary fantasy. It is a strategic target that aligns with several key objectives for the nation. First, it would allow Iraq to instantly retire a massive portion of its sovereign debt. With a revalued currency, the relative cost of paying back international loans denominated in dollars would plummet, freeing up billions for internal investment. Second, it would crush the rampant inflation that has plagued the Iraqi economy for years, stabilizing the cost of goods and services for the average citizen and creating an environment where businesses can plan for the long term. Third, and most importantly, A stronger dinar is absolutely essential for attracting the foreign direct investment needed to rebuild the country's shattered infrastructure and to develop its vast non-oil sectors like agriculture, technology, and tourism. No serious international corporation is going to invest billions in a country where the currency is volatile and weak. A stable, strong dinar is the ultimate welcome mat for the global capital that Iraq so desperately needs. The new 25,000 dinar note is the tool that makes this high-value exchange rate functionally possible. Imagine trying to conduct business with a currency valued at $4.48 using only the current low-denomination notes. A simple business lunch would require a wheelbarrow of cash. The introduction of this high-value note is a clear signal that the Central Bank of Iraq is not just thinking about a small, incremental increase. They are planning for a fundamental reset, a recalibration of the currency's value that will position it as a powerhouse in the Middle East. The verification of this note is the first domino to fall. The next domino is the official announcement from the government and the International Monetary Fund, confirming the new rate and the mechanism for the transition. We are now in the final window between the preparation and the execution. The pieces are in place, the logic is sound, and the economic incentives for Iraq are overwhelming. The move to a rate that mirrors its pre-war strength and supports its future ambitions is not just a possibility. It is the most logical and probable outcome based on the evidence we now have in hand. The verification of the 25,000 dinar note is the key that unlocks the door, and the $4.48 exchange rate is the treasure waiting on the other side.
The reality we now face is both breathtaking and time-sensitive. The verification of the note and the logical path to the exchange rate have set a countdown in motion, and this is the moment where passive observation must transform into active preparation. The information has been delivered, the evidence laid out, but knowledge without action is merely a souvenir of an opportunity you witnessed but did not seize. The bridge between the world of financial struggle and the world of financial freedom is being built right before our eyes, and the toll to cross that bridge is not paid in money, but in initiative, in vigilance, and in the courage to make a decision before the entire world is scrambling to do the same. Imagine the scene when this news breaks through to the mainstream financial media. Imagine the headlines on Bloomberg, CNBC, and Reuters. There will be a global gold rush, a frantic stampede of institutional investors, hedge funds, and everyday people trying to get a piece of the action, but by then, the window of opportunity will be narrowing by the second. The greatest profits are never made in the panic of the crowd. They are made in the quiet, calculated moments of foresight, exactly like the one you are in right now. You have been given a preview of the future, a head start that 99% of the world does not yet have. What you choose to do with this head start will define your financial trajectory for the rest of your life. This is not just about buying a currency, it is about positioning yourself for a paradigm shift. It is about understanding that a single confirmed event, the authentication of that 25,000 dinar note, is the catalyst that will trigger a chain reaction across global markets, and you have the chance to be in front of that wave, not behind it. Your journey does not end when this video ends, it begins. Your immediate mission is to verify this information for yourself from reputable sources, to consult with your financial advisor to understand how this historic event fits into your personal portfolio and goals, and to ensure your assets are in order so you can move with speed and confidence when the official announcement is made. The time for doubt and hesitation is over. The time for decisive, informed action is now. Do not let this moment be a story you tell your children about how you almost changed your life. Let it be the story you tell about the day you paid attention, you made a plan, and you took the step that secured your family's future for generations. The signal has been sent. The path is clear. The only question that remains is whether you will walk it. And now, here is your final, most important call to action. What you do in the next 60 seconds is critical. If this information resonated with you, if you felt that spark of realization that history is unfolding, then you need to be a part of this conversation. I need you to do 3 things for me right now. First, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because we are on the front lines of this story, and I am committed to bringing you verified, breaking updates the moment they happen. You do not want to be relying on secondhand information when the next piece of this puzzle falls into place. Second, I need you to ring that notification bell. When the official announcement comes, it will happen fast, and you need to be the first to know, not the last. And third, and this is absolutely vital, I need you to share this video. This is your early warning system, and that bell ensures you get the alert directly. Share it on every platform, in every group, with every person you know who is serious about their financial future. We are building a community of the informed, the prepared, and the proactive. The more people who understand what is happening, the stronger that community becomes. So take that action now. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, and share this video. Let's get this information to the world. The future is arriving. Make sure you are ready for it.